Bum, 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 bum. Can't talk, my throat hurts. Don't talk then. Simple. You're cured. Now give me, where are we living? The USA. That'll be $7,000. God, their prices are ridiculous. Like, I was talking to Teddy the other day, right? And, told him about one time at a party. I had a friend and, like, he was just dead set on fucking himself up at this party, right? And the first thing he had was, like, just, I think it was, like, a bunch of Jaeger. I can't remember how much of that he had. It wasn't a full bottle. But there was nothing to dilute all of this, which was the main thing. And then what he did was, he got a whole big bottle of vodka, just a normal classic vodka, and downed that. And then he just sat there on this, he was sitting on this couch, a really old one. It was a student house. And he just sat there, staring into space. And I looked at him, and like right next to him, there was like this brown thing. And I was drunk at the time as well. And I just assumed that it was a shit. So I ignored it and carried on with the party. And I eventually asked him, because I was so drunk, I was like, do you need an ambulance? And he's like, ooh, he couldn't respond, he was too fucked, so I just called an ambulance. The ambulance came, we were like, literally carrying him out, half dragging him. Then he didn't need an ambulance, but we were drunk, so we didn't really know. And oh no, actually, no, before they came, over the phone, they're like, is he breathing? And I'm like, I could barely speak. I told them, I was trying to tell them that I can't tell because I can't feel anything. I'm too drunk. It was like bubbling around his body, and they said something about compressions over the phone. So I started giving him compressions, and he's like, oh, vomiting away, like, because he didn't actually need it. And then of course they came, and they wanted to know who called the ambulance. So I just literally walked backwards into a bush. And luckily one of my friends volunteered, saying, I'll just go. And I think they had to pay like $50, you know, just for the ambulance. It's not a lot. And I told Teddy this, $50. And he's like, what? And like over there it's like thousands to call an ambulance. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. It's the kind of money that most people can't afford to pay, you know, at a moment's notice. I mean, you never know when you're gonna fuck yourself up. You need healthcare. Where do you need it? Not a financial plan. Oh god, I remember why did I do that? That's one story. I'll give you another one. So this was an old group of friends. And I've kind of gotten back in touch with a few of them over the past few months, but back then would be about, oh wow, it would be maybe 5+ years ago now. And we went to the stream or whatever thing to camp, and we made a fire and all that, and one of the people there was like one of probably the most wholesome guy that you could ever meet. And they but when they get drunk, they're a completely different person. Like, I mean, for example, like, he's not gay, however, when he's drunk, according to him, my legs and feet are a hell of a lot nicer than his girlfriend's. He loves them. But on this particular occasion, we had a fire. We all got drunk. We kept going, and it got to a point where we didn't want him to go any further because he can get really bad when he's drunk. Not like to us, but like to himself. So we told him to prove to us that he's not drunk, he needs to walk in a straight line to the river and back, just like, you know, maybe 10-20 meters away. So he sprints towards the river over like all these rocks and shit and dives into the water and just doesn't come back up. So we had to run over and like fish him out of the water coughing and spluttering. He survives, obviously, but he's lying on the ground. I've got a photo somewhere of us all over him. I gave him a 5-star or something on his back. If you don't know what that is, you just give them a big slap, someone a really hard slap, and if you get all 5 fingers showing up, it's a 5-star. And then after that, we got him back to the fire, and he starts talking about how life isn't worth it and all that. And I'm sitting here like, I know what it's like. I haven't had it like that, but I kind of get what he means. But he starts trying to throw himself into the fire, like physically trying to put himself in the fire. And one of my friends, luckily, was just holding him back. I've actually got a video of it as well. He's full on throwing himself into this fire. And luckily we managed to restrain him and put him on a chair where he sat there. And I gave him like a one-on-one talk because he really trusts me for some reason when he's drunk. Probably because of my amazing legs and feet, as he says. And he said he's really glad that I'm there, and I'm a really good person. So I managed to get him to sit there, and I told him, you can drink again, only if you don't drink for another hour. You know, just so he can sober up a bit. He did that. He did that. And yeah, that'd probably be the end of that story, honestly.